I'm Khandie, and I did a video a couple weeks ago on the BS and the smoke and mirror side of photography, so I'm back with a part 2. I need to say, these are my own opinions, and I did a poll on Instagram, and some people shared them anonymously with me, and I just wanted to share them with you. I do understand that some people don't want to talk about it publicly, but I'm going to, because I feel like, you know, there's so many people having this imposter syndrome, and I think a lot of it is because they're comparing themselves to people who aren't being 100% honest. All parts of business about how you spin stuff and marketing, so I'm just going to give you some tips and some insightful information. So let's go. This one's going to be a hard one for you to hear, but not everybody's your friend. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to want to hang out with you or give time to you or do anything with you. Some people will claim to be your friends and they're not. When it comes to business, it's business. Everyone is trying to get that money in, and I know that people will be friends, like my friend and Corinne, we are actually friends, but there are people who will profess to be friends and literally are there just to sort of mine your information and potentially your client base. So for me, as much as I say reach out and be friends with people, just be aware that not everybody has the best intentions. It is business, and there are some people who are a bit unscrupulous. Also, not everyone has to like you. The idea that we have to go through life and everyone must like us, no. I think this is perception that you must be a nice person for everyone to like you. It's business. You don't make friends in business. You make friends in your social life, but not in business, okay? And I think sometimes people believe that when someone's their mentor, oh, well, you see me as a friend. Yeah, a friend that you're paying for them to interact with you. That's what a mentor is. You're paying them. So if you stop paying, they're not going to keep interacting with you. So there's this whole idea in marketing is put around, like particularly on mentors and business coaches. I want to be your friend. I want you to reach out to me. I want to have this close relationship. Yeah, but it's behind a paywall. So don't think of them as your friend, even though the language says otherwise, okay? And I think that leads us quite well onto point 2. Networking, working with mentors and business things. Okay, so I'm going to be honest, so much of this information you could garnish for free online. You can find, yes, you have to spend time looking for it, but you should find creators, hopefully like myself, who will offer stuff that is good information but not behind a paywall. Yes, there are going to be parts that we all do that are behind a paywall, but this idea that somebody is looking after you and they want well for your business, it's more about them wanting their money paid and their bills paid. So many business mentors set up a mentoring business rather than set up a photography business, and they kind of give you the idea that, oh, my photography business earns this amount of money, when in actual fact it's actually their mentoring that gets them the money, but they put it under the business of photography header. So just be mindful of all that's going on. And also, they aren't your friend, as I clearly said in the previous segment, that they're not your friend. That they are there. They may act like your friend, but they are behind a paywall, and that friendship comes with a payment. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I just think you need to separate business and friendship quite clearly and quite visibly for yourself. And so many photographers fall down the rabbit hole of where they're like, oh, I'll pay for this mentor, my business will do really well. You still have to be proactive in that work. No one should be able to hand you a business model and go, right, go make it work. You still have to do the time. And a lot of that you might find is more, once you really realise how much admin goes into a business, you could do yourself without having to pay a mentor. That's not to say there aren't mentors out there that are amazing, okay? There are some. I've had a mentorship, admittedly a one-day one, but I got loads out of it. It was Chris Ord. I've spoken about it quite openly, but there are some that are not the best, and I have seen some of the paperwork they put out, I've seen some of the information they put out, and I'm not for it. That doesn't mean that doesn't work. I'm sure it works for some people, but equally a lot of the American business tactics don't necessarily go across to the British tactics, because the way in which consumers buy is a little bit different. There are some people who say no, they're exactly the same, but I have seen this happen and people don't like it. We also have the UK law, which is GDPR, which is very different to the US law. So a lot of stuff, when I've seen people who've joined US based mentorship, a lot of the stuff they can't actually use because it doesn't fall into the laws of the UK and what we're allowed to do. So I'm just going to be really mindful and say, just because someone's super popular doesn't mean they're a great mentor, particularly for your area that you want to be in or where you're located in the country. So just be mindful of that. That's not me being like, oh, every mentor's horrible. There are always going to be great mentors. There's always going to be great business coaches, but you are paying for that service. And I say, as much as my session with Chris Ord was invaluable, it's the only one I've ever felt that's really done anything for me business-wise. Everything else I've learned online or attending free seminars I didn't actually have to pay to attend, following YouTubers, looking at the other businesses, how they've prospered, progressed, and that's helped me a lot more. But any business books I bought have been instantly out of date by the time they've been published, because the social media and marketing progressed so rapidly. So yeah, okay. That's probably going to offend a lot of people, actually. Nah, leaving it in. Quick change, put a jacket on. Right. So if you worry about continuity, it's just because it got cold in here. Okay, a lot of photographers are going to subtly sell you products because they have brand deals and they have deals with people or shops. And so, for example, you're going to be watching videos and suddenly see a flurry of a certain brand or a certain type of light or something, right? Just remember that that is all subtle marketing to sell that stuff to you. Look at me using this light. Look at me, like, I know, for example, like the spotlight thing that was going on. Everyone was going on about these optical zooms, right? There's a reason for this, because they brought it out as a new product. They sent it off to people to use. The return was, can you do a video on it? And that is where people were doing it. And you suddenly now think, oh, I think I need one. It's how marketing works. So I'm just going to tell you now, yes, all photographers should disclose any relationship they have in order to have the equipment, but not all do. Same on social media. They're meant to put ad, PR, gifted. Lots of them don't. It does hit influencers a lot, but I see photographers who quite clearly have been given the item to review, haven't disclosed it, and I think that's quite naughty. And you guys feel that everyone's got these latest pieces of equipment, and they genuinely haven't, okay? And I think a lot of that is because we feel we need to keep up with the Joneses and we have to go buy it, and that's exactly what they're hoping will happen. These brands, these makers, they're hoping that we will want to do that. So just remember, don't feel bad if you don't have the latest piece of must-have equipment out, okay? Because you've been deliberately set up to feel that way. Stop worrying about what kind of equipment you have and how it compares to other people. I don't care if you shoot Olympus or Sony, Nikon, Canon, Hasselblad, whatever it is, okay? Because you as a photographer should be able to use that equipment to your best abilities to get what you're requiring out of it. So many people go, oh, you don't shoot Sony, you don't shoot this brand or that brand. No one cares. No one genuinely cares. None of your clients go, oh my God, he didn't shoot Sony, so yeah. Just stop it. Stop thinking it. It's only other photographers, and other photographers are not your clients, okay? And I am done. I don't care if you use a janky setup for your lighting. I've seen the most amazing work done on a young Nuo, is that what it's called? Young Nuo, single flash. In fact, one of the videos I saw recently was just a single flash, and I will link it somewhere here. It's another creator just using a single flash to get beautiful images, beautiful light with one flashlight, just one, right? In a room, a small room, and in fact the small room helps. So don't feel bad about this. So stop thinking you need to have the best kit. We're going, oh God, you haven't progressed to Sony. Do you know what? I did once progress Sony and the sensor broke, so I stayed with Nikon, and I love Nikon. I have a Fujifilm camera that I often shoot my videos on, which I'm actually shooting on today. Is it the most expensive one? No. Why? Because my videos here are not for me to be flashy about what equipment I got. They're more about the education that I'm offering. I could go have the flashy equipment. Say, listen, Fuji, if you're interested, you want to send me one, that's by all means, but I'll make sure everyone knows you sent it to me, okay? My partnership with Lens Baby, I tell you it's with Lens Baby. I tell you why. I tell you if I physically bought the lens or I was gifted the lens. Why? Because it's true. I've got to be honest, and one of the things I love about what I do is that I always am honest with where I've got equipment and how I've got it. Do I buy on eBay? Yes. Do I buy from Wex? Yes. Do I search for the cheapest deal? Yes. Do I wait till the Christmas sales are on? Hell yeah. Do I wait for the Black Friday sales? Yes. Do I sometimes think, oh, I could get that and I put it off? Yes. Do I buy the slightly cheaper brand because I'm like, I just can't justify that for this kind of shoot? Yes. Because I run a business and my profit margin is really important. So yes. Okay? Be okay with not having the big brands, okay? Just good, okay? And honestly, I have yet to see anyone who can tell the difference, like 100%, between things such as, oh, is that a white reflector dish or is that a silver reflective? It's so minute, a client can't tell the difference. Maybe a pro can, but seriously, stop fretting. You do not need to have a white, a silver and all that. Just work with what you've got and work with the best that you can, okay? I've seen amazing work done with umbrellas, just reflective umbrellas, honestly. Stop thinking you need to have all the good stuff, all right? Cool, we've had that conversation, cool. Now write your Christmas list and we'll have a wish list and we'll just stare at it longingly and go, I wish I had all the money for that, okay? You don't need all this stuff. You want it all, it's different. You do want it all. Sorry. Buying props. Why buying props? Because you know what? You get on those Facebook groups, you see everything and you think you need all the props. No. Do you know what my best advice is? Buy it in neutral tones. Add cheap fabric accessories because the fabric accessories are easier to replace. Do you know what? Sometimes you have to get handy with a needle. If you haven't got the time, then you can send out for it. But you know, go to a fabric shop, you can buy half this fabric that they're saying for like 60 odd quid. You can buy it for a meter for like a tenner in your local fabric shop. Go look, go spend the time, find what you like. You don't have to buy every single prop, okay? I honestly think you can get by with so much neutral. But honestly, all these people go, oh, I bought a new prop. Most of them are buying a second hand. Most of them are like getting them from the fabric shops and just making them out. Some of them are getting them cheap off AliExpress or wherever it is. I don't know how great they are, but you know, people are doing that. But they're like, oh, new prop, new this. Great, you're done, okay? That's probably not the truth, but honestly, stop thinking you need every single prop to be a successful photographer. Okay, we're done on that bit. I don't do much baby photography. This was thanks to the 2 baby photographers who reached out to me to tell me this advice, so thank you very much for that. And I promise to keep you anonymous because you asked to be. Yes. This is a horrible one. A lot of networking groups are purely for you to pay a membership so that you can give their other members discounts. I'm not sure I feel comfortable doing that. I don't know if you are. You might be. There are people who love these networking groups. I personally, no. It's a networking group for me to grow business, but the idea that I have to give everyone in this network group a discount after paying a massively huge membership fee, no. Also, I don't like the early morning slots any of them do, and they offer terrible bacon butty sandwiches in my opinion, the ones I've attended. I never joined any of them though. It was very much a hard sell. Like they take you off to a room to talk on your own. Yeesh, gross. Clients want to enjoy the experience, so stop buying all this stuff and invest in the real stuff, the admin. I think I've already covered this, but we're going to go back over it. Invest in the admin. Get yourself a client management software system. There's one link down below. I do get a discount and a kickback on it, but you get a discount too. There is also client image delivery system. Again, link down below. I get a kickback, you get a kickback. We're all happy, okay? Done. Use it. Why? Because you want to get more money. Just because your mums or your family members say you're take great pictures doesn't mean you actually take good pictures that people else want to buy. Your family members should not be the demographic in which you base your whole business model on. Strangers who want to part with cash are probably a better opinion poll than your family, because your family are defaulted to like your stuff. There are going to be photographers who are going to copy you. Why? Because they're scumbags? No, because they lack the imagination and the marketing skills. So you need to kind of just harden up to it. I'm sorry. Not everybody wants to have that happen to them, but it's going to happen and it will happen, and you just got to get that thick skin. If they use your work, by all means, have a go at them, send them a copyright infringement notice, do that because it'll learn a lesson. But secondly, you just got to roll with it. It's business. Don't take it so personally. Although sometimes it will feel like a personal dig and then you'll cry yourself to sleep at night and wondering what on earth you've done. But remember, not everyone is your friend. So you kind of just got to do it. I'm sorry. A lot of clever marketing is actually just really good at spinning stuff that's happened to make it look better than it is. And a lot of photographers do that. When they say they're having a meeting, they're meeting up with a friend for coffee and might discuss photography after 2 seconds. Just remember, it's all about clever marketing. I have done this. I have genuinely done this. In fact, I know I've done this. A lot of people will collaborate with people because they want the swag from that person. It's all about clever marketing. Don't think someone's instantly your friend or they like what you do. They just realise that you have marketing reach that they require, so they'll try and collab with you. Just the way it goes. It's business. You don't have to do it. A lot of photographers will have pro models or style shoots in their portfolio, but negate to tell you that. Why? Because it makes them look like a better photographer, and also is kind of this aspirational imagery. So don't compare yourself to everyone's portfolio, because 9 out of 10, honestly, you don't even know if that image is what it is unless it's a real life one and you've seen the behind the scenes, because so many people hire models. There's nothing wrong with that, but they deliberately put those up on their marketing because they are the best of the best of the best, which makes perfect sense. So don't compare your everyday wedding photography to their styled shoot wedding photography, okay? Because they are not the same. They are not the same. Oh, you know those really epic first dance photos you might see where they've got all the lights set up? They take time. Don't feel bad if you're at a small wedding and you're on your own, you don't have the time to set all that up. When people say, oh, you can find the time. I've been there, I understand you can't always find the time. Sure, you could like rush around, but when you're at a wedding and there's everyone pulling you from every direction, unless you've got an assistant that should be paid for to be there, you're not gonna be able to get it all the time. So don't beat yourself up for those, okay? You can get down on one flash if you can, preset it up, whack it in, put it on, great. But don't feel bad that you can't set up these epic shots all the time at every single wedding, because sometimes the schedule does not allow for that. I wish it would, but you can't be so hard on yourself, okay? Also, don't worry about trends in photography. Do what you like. Your style will naturally progress. Don't try and go, oh, preset to make it all easy. You will instinctively be drawn to one type slowly over time. And you can build a preset yourself if you like to. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and comment, because I might have missed some more of these. I will do more, but these are more, you know, just some of the stuff you guys need to know. I feel like there's a few truths. There's a few truths. God, I've got a moon face. I should have put makeup on today, or more makeup on. Also, my coat's really cool. By the way, anyone asking, that plant is not dead. That is a carnivorous plant who hates me. And every time I go to field content, I find it's dying, but it's growing. It is growing. I'm not a plant killer. I grow a lot of carnivorous plants. There's just 2 there. That's not really a lot, is it? Okay. It's okay. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, I'm good now. Right, see you later. Have a good day. Bye.